Rejection. It's something most people dread, avoid, and even obsess over. The thought of being turned down, cast aside, or dismissed can feel like a heavy blow to the ego. But for Sigma males, rejection is just another part of life, not a defining moment. Why? Because their self-worth isn't tied to the opinions or validation of others. Sigma males have a mindset that allows them to see rejection not as failure, but as an opportunity for growth, redirection, and even empowerment. In this video, we'll uncover why Sigma males approach rejection differently, and why their fearless attitude in the face of it is a game changer. Let's dive in. 1. They're masters of managing expectations. Sigma males have a rare and refined approach to life. They masterfully manage their expectations, balancing ambition with realism. Unlike many people who set their hearts on idealized outcomes or get overly invested in specific scenarios, Sigmas operate with a deep understanding of life's inherent unpredictability. They know that outcomes are often shaped by countless factors beyond their control, timing, circumstances, and even the whims of others. This knowledge enables them to approach every situation with a clear and balanced perspective, unclouded by unrealistic hopes or unnecessary emotional baggage. To Sigmas, preparation is key. They enter every interaction or pursuit with a calculated mindset, fully aware of the possibility of rejection. But instead of fearing it, they embrace it as one of many potential outcomes. By mentally preparing for all scenarios, they ensure that rejection, when it comes, is neither surprising nor devastating. This doesn't mean they expect to fail. Rather, they've conditioned themselves to see rejection as a natural and unavoidable part of growth. This mindset is transformative. It allows Sigmas to maintain their composure and confidence even in the face of setbacks. While others may crumble under the weight of disappointment, Sigmas simply shrug it off and focus on their next move. They don't waste time ruminating on what went wrong or blaming themselves for outcomes they couldn't control. Instead, they treat rejection as a learning opportunity, analyzing the situation objectively and using it to refine their approach in the future. Managing expectations doesn't just protect Sigmas from the sting of rejection, it also empowers them to take risks that others might shy away from. Knowing they can handle whatever comes their way gives them the courage to pursue their goals without hesitation. To a Sigma, rejection is not the end of the road, it's merely a stepping stone on the path to success. 2. They're detached from external outcomes. What truly sets Sigma males apart is their ability to remain emotionally independent from external outcomes. While many people tie their self-worth to how others perceive them or the results they achieve, Sigmas operate on a different plane. Their sense of identity and value is rooted in their internal world, in their principles, values, and personal growth, rather than in the approval or validation of others. This inner detachment gives them an unparalleled level of freedom. When Sigmas approach a challenge or opportunity, they do so with full commitment, putting in their best effort and maintaining focus. But here's the key difference. They don't let the results define them. Whether they succeed or face rejection, they view the outcome as a separate entity, something that doesn't diminish or inflate their self-worth. To a Sigma, rejection isn't personal. They don't see it as a statement about their abilities, character, or potential. Instead, they understand that rejection often has more to do with external factors, such as someone else's preferences, biases, or circumstances, than it does with them. This clarity allows them to process rejection with remarkable objectivity. They don't spiral into self-doubt or question their value. They simply accept the outcome and move forward without emotional baggage. This detachment doesn't make them cold or indifferent. It makes them resilient. By refusing to anchor their emotions to external outcomes, Sigmas maintain a steady sense of balance and control. This resilience enables them to take bold risks and venture into uncharted territory without fear. They know that rejection, while unpleasant, is never the final word. It's just a temporary setback, a momentary obstacle that they can overcome. What's more, this emotional independence frees Sigmas from the exhausting need for validation that traps so many people. They don't seek applause, recognition, or approval from others because they don't need it to feel whole. Their self-assurance comes from within, allowing them to stay true to themselves regardless of external pressures. Ultimately, this detachment from external outcomes is a superpower. It enables Sigmas to navigate life with calm confidence, even in the face of rejection. They see rejection not as a failure, but as an opportunity to grow, adapt, and sharpen their skills. This perspective keeps them focused on their goals and unshaken by the opinions or judgments of others. 3. Rejection doesn't threaten their identity. One of the most remarkable qualities of Sigma males is their unshakable sense of self. While many people derive their identity from external factors, such as societal approval, relationships, or professional achievements, Sigmas build their identity from within. Their self-worth is rooted in their core values, principles, and personal growth, rather than in how others perceive or accept them. This internal grounding makes them incredibly resilient to external criticism or rejection. When faced with rejection, Sigma males don't internalize it as a reflection of their worth or character. They understand that rejection is often subjective and situational, shaped by another person's preferences, biases, or circumstances. To a Sigma, being rejected doesn't mean they are inadequate or unworthy. It simply means that they didn't align with someone else's expectations or vision. This detachment from external validation allows Sigmas to maintain their composure and confidence, even in situations where others might falter. Rejection doesn't shake their identity because their sense of self is not fragile or conditional. Instead, they see themselves as ever-evolving individuals whose worth is determined by their own standards and goals. Moreover, this perspective enables Sigmas to view rejection as a natural part of life rather than a personal failure. They don't waste time dwelling on what went wrong or feeling diminished by someone else's opinion. Instead, they focus on what truly matters, staying authentic to themselves and continuing to pursue their unique path. This unyielding sense of self makes rejection feel inconsequential, allowing them to move forward with clarity and purpose. 4. They see rejection as a filter. For Sigma males, rejection isn't something to fear or avoid. It's a tool for gaining clarity and alignment. They have a distinct ability to view rejection not as a personal slight, but as a natural filtering process that brings them closer to what truly suits them. Whether it's a person, an opportunity, or a situation, rejection simply signals that it wasn't the right fit, and they welcome that knowledge. Sigmas approach life with a clear vision of their values, goals, and priorities. They aren't interested in conforming to others' expectations or settling for situations that don't align with their principles. This clarity means that when rejection occurs, they don't see it as a failure, but rather as a sign that the opportunity wasn't meant for them. To a Sigma, being turned down isn't a setback. It's a redirection towards something better suited to their unique path. This mindset gives Sigmas an incredible advantage. While others might view rejection as a door closing, Sigmas see it as a natural part of the journey toward finding the right doors to open. They understand that not every person or opportunity will align with their vision, and they don't waste time lamenting what wasn't meant to be. Instead, they use rejection as an opportunity to reassess, refine their approach, and move forward with even greater focus. What's more, this perspective allows Sigmas to embrace rejection with gratitude rather than resentment. They see it as a way of avoiding mismatched connections or situations that could have led to wasted time or energy. By filtering out the things that aren't aligned with their goals, rejection helps them zero in on what truly matters. In essence, Sigmas treat rejection as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. They understand that life is a continuous process of filtering and aligning, and rejection is simply a part of that process. By viewing it through this lens, they remain optimistic, focused, and unwavering in their pursuit of what genuinely resonates with their purpose. 5. They are unfazed by social hierarchies. For many people, the fear of rejection is deeply rooted in a desire to fit in and secure a place within social hierarchies. They worry about how being turned away or excluded might impact their standing, reputation, or relationships within a group. Sigma males, however, are an entirely different breed when it comes to navigating social dynamics. They operate outside the traditional structures of hierarchy, making them immune to the pressures that come with maintaining a specific social rank. Sigmas are naturally independent and self-sufficient. They don't measure their value based on how others perceive them or where they stand in social groups. While some people may go to great lengths to gain approval or avoid exclusion, Sigmas simply don't feel the need. Their sense of identity and self-worth comes from within, not from external validation or the opinions of a particular social circle. This detachment from social hierarchies gives Sigmas a significant advantage. They don't fear rejection from groups or individuals because it doesn't hold power over them. Whether they're accepted, ignored, or outright rejected, it doesn't alter their path or shake their confidence. They see social rejection as nothing more than a momentary event, one that has little to no bearing on their personal journey. What's more, Sigmas thrive in their independence. By refusing to conform to societal expectations or climb the traditional social ladder, they free themselves from the stress and anxiety that often accompany these pursuits. They don't engage in power struggles or compete for recognition within a group because they're not interested in playing the game. Their focus is on their own goals, growth, and fulfillment, not on how they're perceived by others. This ability to remain unfazed by social hierarchies also gives Sigmas a quiet but commanding presence. People are often drawn to their unshakable confidence, and refusal to conform, which ironically grants them a form of influence that many who chase approval never achieve. By rejecting the need for social validation, Sigmas create their own path, one that is entirely free of the fear of rejection. 6. They expect and prepare for rejection. One of the reasons Sigma males handle rejection so effortlessly is their realistic and proactive mindset. They don't walk through life wearing rose-colored glasses or expecting every door to open for them. Instead, they embrace the reality that rejection is an inevitable part of life. Rather than fearing it, they anticipate it and equip themselves to deal with it effectively. Sigmas view rejection not as a catastrophic event, but as a natural and even necessary aspect of growth. They understand that every person, no matter how skilled or charismatic, will face rejection at some point. This understanding shifts their perspective, transforming rejection from something to be feared into something to be expected and managed. This forward-thinking mindset leads Sigmas to prepare for rejection long before it happens. They approach situations with a plan in place, knowing exactly how they'll respond if things don't go as hoped. This preparation might involve mentally rehearsing their reactions, setting clear boundaries, or reminding themselves of their intrinsic worth. By the time rejection arrives, they're ready, not just to endure it, but to handle it with grace and composure. Importantly, Sigmas don't see rejection as a reflection of their abilities or value. They recognize that rejection often stems from external factors, different priorities, mismatched goals, or simple circumstances, rather than a personal failing. This understanding allows them to process rejection logically, without attaching unnecessary emotion to the experience. Moreover, their preparation extends beyond just handling rejection. It also involves learning from it. Sigmas are natural introspectors, and they use every experience, including rejection, as an opportunity to grow. They analyze what happened, extract valuable lessons, and apply those insights to future endeavors. This approach not only minimizes the emotional impact of rejection, but also turns it into a stepping stone for improvement. By expecting and preparing for rejection, Sigmas transform what many view as a source of fear into a manageable and even empowering experience. Their readiness ensures that rejection never derails them, allowing them to move forward with confidence and clarity, no matter the outcome. 7. They have an unshakable sense of self. One of the most defining traits of a Sigma male is his strong and unwavering sense of self. Unlike many people who rely on external validation or the opinions of others to feel secure, Sigmas derive their confidence from within. They know exactly who they are, what they stand for, and the unique value they bring to any situation. This self-awareness acts as an internal compass, guiding their decisions and reinforcing their belief in their abilities, regardless of external circumstances. Because of this deeply rooted confidence, rejection barely registers on their emotional radar. When faced with rejection, Sigmas don't internalize it as a reflection of their worth or character. They understand that other people's opinions, judgments, or decisions are subjective and often influenced by factors that have little to do with them. Rather than taking rejection personally, they view it as a neutral event, one that neither adds to nor subtracts from their intrinsic value. This strong sense of self also allows Sigmas to maintain their focus and self-respect in situations where others might feel diminished. They don't waste time doubting their abilities or questioning their worth based on someone else's actions. Instead, they remain anchored in their identity, fully aware that their value isn't determined by external approval. This resilience makes them not only impervious to rejection, but also highly attractive to others, as confidence and self-assuredness are qualities that naturally draw people in. In a world where many struggle with self-doubt or feel the need to conform to fit in, Sigmas stand out as individuals who are unapologetically themselves. Their unwavering sense of self acts as a shield, protecting them from the emotional turbulence that often accompanies rejection. For a Sigma, rejection isn't a blow to their ego. It's simply a part of life that they've long since learned to handle with grace. 8. They're comfortable being lone wolves. For many people, rejection can feel like isolation, a painful reminder of being left out or unwanted. But for a Sigma male, solitude is not only familiar, it's welcomed. Sigmas are natural lone wolves who thrive in their own company. They view time spent alone as an opportunity for growth, reflection, and self-discovery, rather than something to be avoided. This comfort with solitude fundamentally changes how they perceive rejection. To a Sigma, being alone is not a punishment or a consequence, it's their default state of being. When faced with rejection, they don't experience the fear or discomfort that others might feel, because isolation is not something they fear, it's something they embrace. Whether they're pursuing their goals, exploring their passions, or simply enjoying their own thoughts, Sigmas find fulfillment within themselves. This mindset reframes rejection as a mere momentary shift rather than a significant loss. If someone or something doesn't work out, Sigmas don't dwell on it or let it disrupt their peace. They see rejection as a natural part of life, a small bump on the road that doesn't derail their journey. Their independence and self-reliance ensure that they can move forward without feeling diminished or destabilized. Moreover, this comfort with solitude gives Sigmas a unique perspective on relationships and interactions. They don't seek out connections out of neediness or fear of being alone. Instead, they approach relationships from a place of strength and choice. If someone doesn't reciprocate their interest or reject them, Sigmas simply move on without resentment or regret. They know that their worth isn't tied to someone else's acceptance, and they'd rather be alone than compromise their values or settle for less than they deserve. In the grand scheme of things, rejection holds little power over a Sigma male because their happiness and fulfillment don't depend on others. They've cultivated a rich inner world that sustains them, making them immune to the sting of isolation. While others may see rejection as a setback, Sigmas see it as an opportunity to refocus their energy on what truly matters to them. 9. They focus on the bigger picture. For Sigma males, rejection is nothing more than a fleeting moment, a small blip on the radar of their expansive vision. They possess a rare ability to see beyond immediate setbacks and instead focus on the grander narrative of their lives. This perspective allows them to approach challenges, including rejection, with a calm and collected demeanor. Rather than dwelling on the temporary disappointment of a no, they ask themselves, how does this fit into my long-term goals? Sigmas understand that life is a marathon, not a sprint. A single rejection doesn't define their worth or dictate their future. They recognize that every step, whether it feels like progress or a setback, is part of a much larger journey. This ability to zoom out and see the bigger picture is a key part of their resilience. It keeps them grounded in moments where others might lose focus or feel defeated. This mindset also allows Sigmas to maintain their energy for what truly matters. Instead of wasting time ruminating on why something didn't work out, they channel their efforts into the next step of their journey. They know that rejection is often just redirection, an indication that the timing or opportunity wasn't right. By keeping their eyes on their ultimate objectives, they ensure that no temporary setback has the power to derail their progress.